Hello everyone, LJ here. Yeah, this is a different kind of video. I've not done one of these for a long time, especially not for something that's Gears of War, you know. This is my first Savage Crucibles unboxing video. Basically, great friend of mine, brother in Gears, brother in life, Capnfirebeardbaker, who you all know on Instagram. He does a lot of stuff in terms of Gears figures, Mythic Legion, Savage Crucibles, other figures, Lego. He's also a very talented actor. Yeah, so for those who don't know him, I'll link him below. But anyone who does, you know how incredible of a bloke he is. I got a message about a week or so ago saying, hey brother, how much would you really like a Como of the Isles figure? He knows that I've wanted Como since I saw its release, but it was very difficult to get in the UK. I didn't really have the money, and I couldn't find a way to actually get him. So I thought, that's it, I'm never going to get him. But he was always cool to see. But thanks to Capnfirebeardbaker, he said, I've got one for you. Do you want it? So yes. So we arranged that, and here he is. Now, he has been opened, because Baker did do some shots on his Instagram of him. So he has been opened, it's all been opened and all been played with. But he is in great condition. And I just really got so excited. When he turned up, I said to myself, I'm not going to open him until I get to do the video. And then I went, well, he is still a brand new figure. If there is some joints that are a bit stiff and whatnot, I want to loosen them up a bit first, just so that when I unbox it, I can really get into the whole fiddling around with him and stuff on the video. Also, I was impatient and couldn't be asked to wait. I really wanted to check this guy out in my hand. So here he is. Right, so this is the box. Savage Crucible has some lovely artwork. I know this is their kind of go-to for this. I know on their Lemurian Savage and Slate Warrior stuff like that. I think that's like they've got like open boxes, so it's like the windows here. Whereas these ones, they've got the nice Velcro lid boxes, which I really like. I know they've got a professional name, but I don't do boxes very often. But this is gorgeous. This is already stunning. When you open this up and you see this, it's amazing, because the figure is gorgeous, the paintwork is gorgeous, the maps in the background, and obviously, you know, you've all read and heard the text in your own videos, but like when you see them on YouTube. But I'm going to leave that there, so if you want to pause it and read that, you can. And the same goes for the information on the back. Now, when you open the box, there is a little thing on the tab. You know, so it tells you here, you know, like, please heat the figure with a dry or warm water, and then it says look behind the map. So I know that the card that you get is random. You're not always going to get the character that you get in the box. So like, you could get a Como figure, but you could get a Nim Villamere card. And I said to my partner, I said, wouldn't it be cool if he came with a Como of the Isles card? And I tell you what, I had to have a little sneak peek, because I wasn't sure if the card behind the figure was open or not. So I had a little sneak peek, and it is of Como, and I'm so happy, because I was really hoping that it would be the Como card to go with the figure, just because I thought that would be absolutely awesome. So I shift this over to the side like that, so I can try and get it all in. There we go. And here's a look at Como. He is loosely in there, because I had to just put him back in for a second. So for example, his hands are in different places. All right, let's get him out of those. This is Como, and he is absolutely stunning. Not only is the paintwork phenomenal, I mean, look, the eyes are gorgeous, by the way. They are painted so well. armor, the nice lava and lava rock is stunning. The scales are lovely. The way this armor works compared to armor on other figures is incredible. Yeah, how soft but durable. He's got his own little mini tail that can articulate, which is really nice. Just overall, such a really fantastic figure. The only issue is because apparently the first wave had ankle joint issues. He is a bit difficult to stand on his own. It does take a bit of effort to get him to stand properly. But that's not that big of an issue, because if you've got tiny foot stands, or if you're doing photography, you've got like cocktail sticks or even like a twig, you can always position it out of shot to look like he's standing okay. And he can stand on his own. It just takes a bit of effort. He comes with 2 sets of hands. He gets a right and left open hand and a right and left sword holding hand. The joints are different for the hand. So for this hand, the joints go back and forth like that. Whereas for this hand, the joint goes up and down, which I really like, by the way. For sword play shots, that kind of articulation is fantastic. He's got his little water pouch there, which I'm going to keep on because I really love how this looks. It really just fits the whole ensemble. Articulation is great. So yet again, even though I did heat him up, the knees did get a little stiff. Just do a little bit of easy work with it and then that will bend. But he's got this lovely double jointed knee like that. These arms are double jointed, by the way. It's just the fact that because of how thick the plastic is here for the gauntlet, it hides that second joint, so you can't really get that double. But he has got elbow and bicep swivel, and he's got this beautiful butterfly joint, so you can really get in there and get some really good positioning. His ab, his back goes that back forward and that far forward, sorry, back forward. He has got waist articulation. So overall, just an exciting figure to play around with, because the elbow, the joint goes all the way up into the bicep. So there's a rod that goes through. This bicep is a separate piece, but the shoulder and the elbow are connected. So if you want to turn the arm, you have to turn the elbow with the bicep in order to get that articulation going. All right, so let's get his knees back. And then we can have a look at the sword and axe, which is just, for me, is absolutely awesome. So you see what I mean? Like sometimes the ankles, unless you get his feet a bit spread apart, it's a bit of an issue. We'll do his sword first. This is his sword. I know it's got a name. I don't know the name, but I'll have to kind of edit in afterwards. It's gorgeous. I love these runes. I love how it goes from this nice dark metal all the way to this lovely orangey glow. Sorry about the focus, I'm trying to get it good. And I love the detail on the handle. It's gorgeous, like a little skull thing. Yeah. It's really nice. And just to show you how easy it is to kind of fit into his hand, you just kind of wiggle it over the thumb and you just slide it. And then that's why I love this joint as well, because like I said, it's for sword play. You can get a really good stance. And then if you get the bicep and forearm working, you can get it to rest on his shoulder. Oh, poking myself in the neck of the tripod. There we go. You can get him like that. And then with his next accessory, people tend to not like this accessory. I love it. I think it's incredible. And it's this beautiful lava and lava rock axe. It looks stunning. I think it's brilliant. Yet again, the detail on it is just absolutely beautiful. And then obviously with the second closed hand, sorry, the focus is quite bad. With the second closed hand, it's just as easy. Stupid focus. Come on. Hang on. There we go. With the second closed hand, it's just as easy about putting this one in. So all you got to do is try and slide it past the thumb. Once it's slid past the thumb, you can get it into his hand. And then going back to Como, removing the hands is pretty simple. You just grab the hand, you just start pulling away slightly. Don't pull too hard, just enough to release the pressure of the wrist joint. And then you can pop that in. And then, nope. There we go. Look how gorgeous that is. I think, for me personally, this is the best figure line that I have held in my hand since Storm Collectibles Gears of War figures. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the angle, and I'm going to show you a size comparison to some other figure lines I collect to show you how well this guy scales up. Right, here we are back. So this is him standing next to a Storm Collectibles vintage Cog Soldier that I custom made, but it's technically a vintage armor Marcus Phoenix. And Marcus Phoenix stands at around 7.5 inches to 7 inches tall. So you can kind of see he's not that far off. He's a little bit shorter. But because we don't know the size of these creatures, because we don't know how tall and whatever else they can be, and the fact that Como is a hybrid, he is humanoid and kind of lizard-like, it's difficult to know what kind of height he would be. But that's what he's like next to Storm Collectibles. Oh, the feet kind of gave way then. Let's see if we can just prop him up against... I don't want to prop him up. I want him to stand. I want him to be glorious. Right. Hopefully he won't fall again. Right. That's thingy. Then, just got to position it properly. This is him next to a... I don't know what company made this actually, to be honest. But whoever does know, you can tell me in the comments. Next to a Masterverse... is it like a Eternia? I don't know the line. I just got these figures for possible customs, and I thought maybe they might work in the same universe. But pretty much on height point, Scare Glow is a little smaller, but shoulder to shoulder they are the exact same height. And I've also got this, which I think she's called Tila. She's more of a human character, so she is a little shorter, but yet again, what ties in very well with the universe. See, this is the only issue I've heard on everyone's video about Como and the first wave, is that the feet are the biggest issue. But to me, it's not that big of an issue. Like, personally. Then we've got Como next to a DC... I'm going to put him on this side. A DC's Dr. Manhattan. Yet again, shoulder to shoulder, they are identical height. And then we've got three different types of NECA. We've got I think it's the NES Jason Voorhees, who is a bit taller. He's also not very good on his feet. Yeah, he is slightly taller, but yet again, it's not so bad. But to compare him to two other NECA figures, I've got this old school NECA Clash of the Titans Perseus, who shoulder to shoulder yet again is actually a really good scale. And then to put him next to someone who's kind of along the same lines as his is a NECA Gears of War Locust, which shoulder to shoulder Como is a little smaller, but they are the same height. So this figure actually fits pretty much most lines that I own, which I love because I find it difficult when certain figures are too small. So There are some figures I don't mind being a bit too small, but like it's difficult trying to pose figures or get figures to line up with stuff like Marvel Legends and stuff like that because of how different in height they are. Whereas he fits in very well with most figure lines that I collect. For that purpose, he is going to be so much fun to take photos of, to play around with. I definitely want to collect more in the line of Savage Crucible. So overall, I think this figure is fantastic. I'm sorry about the light. I've got this really bright light on top of Como, and for some reason it's not doing him as much justice as I thought. I really hope you can still see him. There are better videos out there, but this video wasn't so much as just a review. This video was just also a really, really, really big thank you to Capnfirebeardbaker, because without him, I would never have had the chance to hold this guy in my hand and to own him and to know that I'm going to have so much fun taking shots and, you know, doing some crossovers with him. There was one figure I know Baker wanted me to put him next to. I forgot to take it out of the box, so who knows, but I will be doing shots of him soon. And yeah, thank you so much for my first and the main one that I wanted, which was Como. And I love the fact that he came with his card. That makes me even more happier. By the way, tell me now, who would like it if Savage Crucible could release that face sculpt? Savage Crucible, I'm going to be tagging you in this video, and I know you're probably never going to see it, but please release that face sculpt as like an add-on at some point to pop on him, because I would love this snarling face. It would be so good for shots to get that really awesome looking snarling face. Please release it, even if it's just like an extra buy on the website or something. I would totally pay for just that head sculpt to go on him. Because the fact that he's snarling, it would really give for extra shots. But anyway, fantastic figure line. I cannot wait to get more in this line. And like I said, definitely 100% the best figure line since Storm Collectibles released Gears of War figures. This is one of my favourite figure lines of all time because of how articulated and how accessorized these characters are. And this company has gone and released a very strong competitor. And the thing is, Gears of War is known for its creature-esque type beings. And I mean, there's a lot of Sera that hasn't exactly been explored yet. So, you know, what the humans would call Sera doesn't mean that there's a part of Sera that Lemuria could be a part of, you know. Or something might happen where Baird gets too intense with a time travel machine and it goes wrong and ends up bringing another world involved and they cross over. Who knows? That might be a possible thing that happens too. There's so many possibilities, and like I said, the articulation and everything in these guys, the sculpt, the paint work, everything is gorgeous. Savage Crucible, you are a A+ figure company in my eyes, and I only have one. I only have one, and I tell you now, it just hands down beautiful work, and I cannot wait to see more. I definitely look forward to Wave 2. I really want a dwarf. I would love one of the dwarf characters. If you want to send me one for free, I wouldn't say no. Alright, thank you Capnfirebeardbaker again for sending me and giving me the chance to have this wonderful figure. And thank you Savage Crucibles for releasing one of the best figure lines ever. You know, you've given people such a great line to play with and to focus on. And I forgot to mention, these figures are fully customizable for those who haven't seen these yet. You can get other figures and you can interchange the armor pieces. If you get the accessory kits, they come with like forearms and shin pieces that match the skin tone. So you could have him without armor. It comes with alternate heads that you can pop on and turn him into a different version of his creature. Because don't forget, he is a hybrid. So you can switch with the head that's part of his original species. You can interchange with other armor pieces. There are different weapons. So these figures are designed not just for collectors and photographers, but they are designed for people like me, customizers, which makes it so much more fun. If I ever get another 1 or 2 of these guys, I've already got plans for them, and I look forward to this in future. If I don't, I'm happy to just own this one Como anyway. But yeah, thank you so much, Baker. Thank you so much, Savage Crucibles, and thank you to everyone who watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really sorry my light didn't do it justice, as I've got a light right above me, and yet it's still not working very well. But I hope you still enjoyed what you could see anyway. And I heard that Wave 2, Wave 3, there is going to be ankle updates. But like I said, for me, ankle issues aren't so much of a problem, because at least if you can position it to the point where it can stand up on its own, you've got to spend a bit of time with it, and sometimes that's all it needs, just a bit of time. But if not, you can use little feet stands, or you can use little sticks and twigs and stuff just to prop them up outside to make them look like they're moving, and just take it out of shot or edit out of shot. So it's not too bad, you know. For their first wave, for their only issue to be an ankle issue, it's not the worst thing possible, trust me. Take care, you wonderful people. Have a good weekend ahead, and I'll see you in the future. Bye for now.